episode 186 of Backpacking America. Today I'm joined by Trapp and Kush. They have a really dope YouTube channel, and today we're going to be talking about entrepreneurship. Trapp, Kush, welcome to Backpacking America. How's everyone doing today?
We are doing great. We're doing phenomenal.
What's up? What's up?
How's
Yeah,
everybody doing? How you doing?
I've been all right, man. I'm doing good. I was just at the gym before. I didn't get to work on my rings today, unfortunately, but just going with the flow, trying to get a good pump in before the show.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So
it's all about the pump.
it's all about the pump. It's all about the pump and then
Gotta
what you
get
put
the
in your
pump.
body.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so you guys do like a reality type of YouTube thing. I know you were trying to like switch it over into it's more of a fitness page, but tell me like what got you started in wanting to pursue YouTube and content creation as a business model, as opposed to, other people. You know what I mean? Like how they get into it. Like what's your motivation?
Oh well, we originally we make music. We like to make music, and we originally started the YouTube to vlog our lifestyle, vlog us making music behind the scenes videos. But we also like music, so we started doing reactions, and
Mhm. Mhm.
that led to building a following. And we also do pranks, and uh,
We're very
we're
versatile.
very
Very,
versatile.
very
Very
versatile.
versatile.
It's like we could go with anything pretty much. I feel like we definitely took the role on what is it, digital real estate. That's
Digital,
what that's
yeah.
what it's called. And
Mm.
we just felt like that it was just a magnificent opportunity going that route for, us, because we're not people who feel comfortable going to school pretty much. So we definitely take more of the entrepreneurial route, even though entrepreneurs can go to school for business
Mhm.
or communication. We just kind of felt like, you know, the fact that we could just be ourselves and be passionate and just grow a business that way is enough. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
fast, and
Yeah,
it,
yeah, no, I
it's
understand that. So
and
Yeah.
it's
s-
the freedom. It's the freedom.
Mhm.
Yeah,
now, so you guys are seeing how many followers? Jesus, how many subscribers do you guys have on YouTube?
6,000.
Six
I
thousand.
think
Yes,
six
we made
Wow.
thousand
over
one.
So
6,000.
like,
Like what the last couple of days.
Yeah, just grateful for
Very thankful.
each one of them too.
so
Mhm.
what do you see like the most engagement with, like when you with your content? Do you see it more with the pranks? Do you see it more with the music? Like what's working and
The
what's
music.
the music? Really?
Right. Definitely the music. We kind of feel like, like we said earlier, we both have a love, we both have a passion for music. So, a lot of people in the world, they all like, it seems like they go towards music because music, if you pay attention to it, music could be used as like a saving grace. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? After a long day of work, people want to go home and just listen to music. They want to hear their favorite artist. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So definitely music is the route
So
that's doing it
you,
now.
you need good content, for the freedom aspect of it. And I've seen some of your stuff; it's really good. Your pranks are funny. Your music's good. What?
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate
So
that.
yeah, no problem. So how do you try to set yourself apart, um, from the average YouTube creator? Because it's very easy to get lost in the sauce, for lack of a better term. That doesn't sound as
Yeah,
lame.
definitely. I like that term. Never get lost in the sauce. No, too much sauce. No, but listen, no, the way what we do, like, to separate first is try to be as authentic as possible.
Mm-hmm.
We also we also pay attention to the field that we're in. So
Mm-hmm.
paying attention to, like, what we're in, we see what people aren't doing, and we do that. And we as long as it's natural, and our work ethic. Our work ethic is crazy too. So it's a mixture of work ethic, uh, doing what's needed, what people are doing, things that we would want to see from people. We do it
Mm-hmm.
ourselves, and being ourselves. Really,
Mm-hmm.
really,
Mm-hmm.
it really it doesn't feel like we're trying. That's the beauty of it, though. It don't feel like we're trying to be different. We're just different.
Right.
Yeah,
That's it. That's it.
That's what makes it
yeah,
fun.
and but definitely what really set us, for anybody who might be starting on YouTube, what sets you apart is your work ethic. Yeah, your work ethic and your willingness to sit down and learn.
Mhm.
and sit and learn stuff. You know what I mean? To
Mhm.
humble yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of people get into it like, oh, I'm gonna be famous and a millionaire, which is, in one way, it's a good way to have that mindset. But it's like, how do I get to that point? Is where people kind of like forget.
For
Mhm.
us, we feel like it's just consistency.
Yeah, definitely.
So like I used to work a job. I was a CNA for like 7, 8 years. I graduated high school. Right out of high school, worked the job CNA, like I said, 7, 8 years. You kind of get stuck in like a mindset, like you just gotta work, you just gotta work. So both myself and Kush started, our side. Obviously, the business that we're doing now was our side. We didn't know each other then though, but um, you know, the music was always the side for me. So I knew that I needed to build something. So I started building and creating like a platform for that, so I could just solely focus on entrepreneurship back in 2018. But even jumping in, diving in, I met my fiance. We got engaged. We both had the same plan. You know what I'm saying? We sat, we talked, we had the same vision. And one thing I had to learn from being a employee was that in order to be an entrepreneur, you had to have a strong vision. And it could be YouTube, it
Mhm.
could be Patreon, it could be anything. You understand? You just have to have a strong vision, and you just have to know you have to remain consistent because doubt creeps in. You
Mhm.
Mm.
understand? And when doubt creeps in, it might make you want to stop doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? I can honestly say that I'm thankful that as far as my journey go, that I never allowed doubt to creep in, as well as my fiance. He never allowed doubt to creep in. Also, you need people that are on your team that sees the vision with you.
Mhm.
It's I feel like entrepreneurship is a whole different mindset. You have to understand that now you're involved with, the money, that you're making. You're involved with the energy that it's your business. In other words, it's your
Mhm.
business. It's
Your
your energy, your
responsibility.
responsibility that, your energy got to be right. You got to make sure you're checking the money that's coming in. You got to make sure you staying firm to the vision. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a
Absolutely.
whole different mindset, and it's not easy,
And,
but
then-
it's rewarding.
and it's a whole different mindset when you have a partner, and it's a
Mhm.
whole even more different mindset when your partner is your spouse.
Right.
It's like yeah, it's different.
Right. Right.
So your whole life, you could just like every aspect of it. It's like you. It's like a trust type of deal. It sounds like a huge like
Right.
we're
Yeah,
both
Mhm.
accountable to each other to keep this going.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. Man.
So what's the vision for you guys? Like where's your vision with this channel?
To build it, to build a nice, basically build a nice family, a nice community of people where we could spread positivity and help people and change lives, and use that as a source for more stability to do more other things, and to go into more business ventures and go into more um music ventures, and just being able to move around and mingle and network with people. Just right now the goal is just keep building, making the stability stronger and stronger,
Mhm.
so we can have more wiggle room to do other things.
Mhm.
Because it's hard to say one thing, because we both have other dreams. Like, I'm really into fitness.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's I'm starting to realize I've been doing it all my life, but I'm realizing it's such a passion that I maybe can even do something with it.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So, even when it comes to diet, and it comes to like how we heal our bodies, like healing our bodies, like, even I feel like I have a platform, and all this is coming to me and us, and we
Mhm.
have this platform that we can share this to other people. So
Mhm. Mhm.
yeah,
No, yeah, that's awesome. Like combining your two passions. Like, um, I've done that a little bit where I've interviewed people like on with different fitness things, and because I realized too, like I had a passion for fitness, and actually that's how we ended up meeting. um,
yeah,
and
Mhm.
I think it was at a pull up bar we met, but the um the overall that's a good overall vision, man. Like that's solid. And like you said before, yeah, consistency is a huge part of it. Like it's very easy to get doubtful and be like, oh, am I ever gonna like succeed with this? Am I ever gonna make it with this? Like, is the goal gonna be complete? But like
Mhm.
being
Mhm.
able to like overcome that is massive. So what when you're first, I want to say like your YouTube is Trapp and Kush, right? Your YouTube channel.
Mhm. Yep.
Awesome. Okay. I just wanted to plug that. That way, the listeners can know what was good. But um,
Appreciate that. And,
the
and
yeah.
before, my bad, before you ask that, I want to ask you, what's your plans with your YouTube channel?
Um, I'm on everything. I'm not just on YouTube. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Apple.
Oh, with your podcast. My bad, my
Yes.
No,
bad.
you're
Yes.
straight. You're
Yes.
straight. I'm my plan, honestly. I really want to be able to live off of this. I want to be able to have a decent life. I mean, being a millionaire would be very nice, but
Yep.
I'm fine with just, if it pays my bills, I have a little extra money, as long as I'm comfortable. I want this to be
Right.
something I do, is my full-time thing, to where I could build a life on, it's completely reliant on me and not on an employer, and I have complete
Mhm.
control over what I say and what I do with it, because one thing I found with working in the media is it's very difficult to do what you want to do, and there's a lot of there's the old guard, and then there's me and the other younger people that want to get into it, and it's there's obstacles that prevent you from doing what you truly want to do, and there's also financial obstacles with it, because as an employee, especially as an employee in the media, you're really not getting paid too well, and you're kind of getting slammed with multiple different jobs and positions, and
Mhm.
it's kind of like I just want to be able to control and do my own thing. Obviously, like
Mhm.
right now I'm still working, but I'm taking what I can learn and applying it here. So everything I learn at my job, I'm like, okay, well, how can that fit into my business model? How could that fit into my life?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So it's kind of
Mhm.
like just taking it's free. It's not. It's like paid education is the way I'm looking at it right now.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Right. Right.
and I'm glad to be a part of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know it's gonna be big, just as big, not if not bigger than Joe Rogan. You feel me? And
Okay.
we started from the beginning.
That's it.
We made the 200 list. The 200. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up. No, we're really gonna get there too, because it's hard work, man. It's just sticking with it, and how do you like I have my doubts too. Like I'm always like, oh man, like my viewer count for this month is a little low, or like like I'm hitting a plateau. Like what do I do? Like do I just pump out more content? Do I pump out less and make more? Like what do I do? It's always like this will it work out type of deal. So like how do you
Mhm.
guys, I know how I overcome it, but like how do you guys overcome, your struggle with trying to keep going?
So I would have to say our first thing is God. That's it. God and faith. And a lot of the times it could be, I like to say, illusions. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
You could look at those. One thing I learned is to not get caught up into the numbers, right? Because we looking at numbers, and we're like I'll say about like a month ago, maybe like a month and a half ago, me and Kush, we reached 6K where we are now. We reached 6K subscribers, and we were so happy. We decided to, go a different route within our business. A lot of, our supporters weren't happy,
Mm.
and the subscribes went down,
It was
boy.
like,
When
I'm
I
out.
tell you they went down, they was out of
Out,
there.
yo.
But one thing we understood is our faith, and we understood that what we believe in, and we sticking to it no matter what. And we're gonna stand firm. And you know, a month later, we're back. We're over 6K. You know what I'm saying? And
Nice.
we replaced the ones, the people who couldn't see the vision, and we got people that see the vision, and they're supporting, and everything's going right now. So, um, that's pretty much it right there.
That's
And
awesome.
within and it's understanding that within every problem there's opportunity.
Yep.
So, like, for example, we'll take that problem of losing subscribers
Mm-hmm.
and see the opportunity of losing people that's not for us
Right. That's it
and
right
gaining
there.
people. So, like, it's really having a positive. It's what gets us through doubt is seeing the cup half full instead of empty.
Right.
Whenever there's so-called doubt, okay, what's the blessing behind this? What do I need to learn from this? How can I overcome this? We don't see nothing as like defeat. Like,
Right. You gotta we just stick to our guns, and that's it. Just understand that this is what we want. We're big on you know, if you ask for it, you're gonna receive it. It doesn't matter how long it's gonna take. It doesn't matter what the setback look like. If we really want it, if we're really passionate about it,
we believe.
we're gonna achieve it. And there has not been one plan that Kush and I have made that we have not achieved.
The power of belief.
That's it. The power of belief. So it just takes time.
Yeah, the power of belief and positive assumption. It's like it's powerful. Like, yeah, when you have belief and confidence in something, it's like
that's it. Yeah, that's it. And not even that. You also attract people that believe in what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So everything just falls in line and falls in place. It's just beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. That how you're describing it is really touching because it's just straight faith. And, you know, it looks different for everyone. You know, some people's journeys, like, it may not be for a while that they pop off. Some people, it's right away. You know, I know with me, it's just kind of like I was just slogging along for a while. Like, I didn't have anything really going on. Like, it was like maybe 150, 200 people a month that were, like, downloading my stuff. And now it's like, because podcasts are measured in downloads. Like, you can't actually measure listeners really, like, across all the platforms, which is annoying. But, then it ended up popping off to like 1,500 downloads because I was just, you know, I was like, all right, I need to get better guests. I need to get, not better, I need to get more guests, and I need to make content that's like more put together. And I just realized like I need to have more bells and whistles. You know what I mean? It was more like for me, like what I do when I lose faith too is I just like hit the ground. I'm just like, all right, like I got to message people. I got to reach out to people. I gotta, you know, recently I redid my ad pricing. I did, you know, I started promoting like my merchandise store. It's like, all right, you know, I need to do something because what I'm doing right now is not working. So, you know, doing it for me, it's always like I think Kush, you said like, you know, always looking for a solution to the problem. A friend of mine too, he comes on the show a lot. His name's Nate. For my longtime listeners, you guys remember Nate. He's been on multiple times. Quick shout out to Nate cleaning, by the way. He'll finesse and make love to your house. He will clean the fuck out of those windows. So he was saying like, you know, business owners don't see they don't see monetary value, not monetary value. They don't see like the cost when it comes to solving the problem. They just see a problem that needs solving. And I was like, oh, that's a really good way to look at it. Like you know, now I'm trying to apply that, you know. So when Kush, you said something similar, I was just like, oh man, yeah, that's something that I was sleeping on for a while because I always look at the monetary, and I'm like, I gotta stop looking at the monetary. I gotta just look at the problem, and where's the freaking solution. So that's a good way to look at it, and you know, I know that you guys were tired of being, you know, employed by other people, you know, and I'm interested to know not why, but how and why did you see YouTube as the solution to that problem? Like, what was the moment that said this is a good sound strategy?
Oh, all right. And before I touch on that, I want to on what you had said with the downloads and how you're getting the views and stuff. I just want to what I'm realizing that it's all about. It's really marketing for attention. It's like, where's the attention? Where's everybody's attention? That's like, as entrepreneurs that do like the content creation, our goal is like attention, people's attention. How do we get their attention? You know, so it's like that's what it is. Like that's what Gary Vee be talking about. He's like, it's just a game.
Shout out Gary Vee.
Shout out Gary Vee. No, but speaking on the side effect for me, I'm be personal. I was at UPS. I always wanted to work for myself. I had put myself in a position to where I was going to work for myself, but I was only doing it through music. But I was at UPS, and my aura, I guess, the way I carried myself, it was like I wasn't like how can I say it? A lion can't act like a sheep. So the way I was presenting myself, I wasn't kissing ass. Excuse my language. You can't curse on it, right?
No, you can curse. You can curse.
Yeah, I wasn't kissing ass, and so I ended up losing my job because of that. And I was like, nah, this can't be it right here. So, what I did first, I wrote down what I had planned. Me and my fiance, we both wrote down what we had planned, and we both supported each other. We were there for each other, and we put in our minds what we wanted to do. But it was really me leaving my job that kicked it off. It was understanding that I don't want my future in somebody else's hands. I don't want, if I want more money, I gotta ask a supervisor. I gotta go ask for more hours. I gotta compete with other people to get hours so I can feed my family.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It just it went sticking with me. Like I'm like, nah, I can't do this. What about you, man?
For me, I just always knew that it just was not for me. Like since I was like a teenager, I just knew there's something I wanted to own. I think to myself all the time, like, can I own a building? How could I do that? That's just where my mind always was. My parents, though, they wanted me to be a RN, a registered nurse. That wasn't my passion. You know what I'm saying? So I said, I'm going to be a CNA. I'll make my mom proud by just, putting myself in the nursing field and, see what I'll do after that. Maybe I'll go to school to become an RN. You know what I'm saying? As I love the job at first, taking care of the elderly and, taking care of sick people. I enjoyed it so much. I learned a lot, where I used to work. I'm not going to say the name until I can go back and buy the place. But, I just, after a while, I started to see that, the healthcare isn't really what I was, trying to give out, which was giving out, caring for people. And you have so many patients, you gotta, they're all sick, they're all bedridden, they're all dying, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, there's just a lot of foul things that goes on behind the scenes. And I kind of just felt like, one, I don't agree with this. Two, these supervisors, it's kind of like they have their heads so stuck up their asses that they don't even care for their co-workers, you know what I'm saying? And it was just, to me, like, it was a battlefield, you know what I'm saying? And if I needed, I'll never forget, my son's father passed away, and I needed time. I needed time to grieve, and they even gave me a hard time with that. You know what I'm saying? So wow. I just knew that, I just knew that, that it just wasn't for me anymore. And, the breaking point for me though was when, the vaccine there. And I'm not knocking anybody that's taking the vaccine. To each his own. I'm not, I don't judge. For me, I kind of felt like I wanted to be comfortable with something going in my body that wasn't made so quickly. So I just was like, I don't want it, but I don't want the shot. But in order for me to keep my job, I needed to get the shot, Right. So, I had to make that decision. Like I said, we've been, Kush and I, before I finally stopped working, as an employee, we already were building our, building what we have now. So it's not like we didn't know we were going to go on that route anyway. It was just a matter of when. And to me, I took it like the universe was like, okay, the time is now, because for me, I feel like life wouldn't give you what you don't want. I feel like life wouldn't say, right, what you're not ready for. Life wouldn't say, oh, you have to work at this job and suffer to have the future that you want. I don't believe that that's how life is supposed to be. I feel like if you can quit your job, some people, they get looked at like crazy as hell, but you can quit your job, that you hate. Like Gary Vee talks big on this too. Quit your job that you hate, and then tomorrow something happens, like, depending on what energy that you're in, the universe is always, if you're ready to receive, the universe is always ready to give. Yeah. And that's just really,
Yeah, it's like a radio station. It's like, if you tune, how you gonna get this signal if you're not tuned to it? You know what I'm saying? If you're not giving off if your antenna is not in tune with what's your future, how you gonna get it? You know what I mean? Like,
right.
So you got it. Yeah.
You got to take that risk. And that's just really what it is. Every day you got to be willing to take that risk, and it feels to me like a roller coaster ride. It could be scary sometimes, but it's like, entrepreneurship to me is just blind faith. Like, you just know, like, you are the shit. You got it. If you want to make this much by this time, you could figure out how you could do that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just like you spoke on before. Like, you're like, to me, it's all about being flexible in your business. You know what I'm saying? Until there's a time down the line where you don't have to do half that shit. But to start it up, you got to do it.
Oh, yeah, yes. Speaking, I'm glad you said that, because, Anthony, I heard you said that, You got to, like we said, we got to message all the people. We got to do all this. Man,
Yeah.
I can't wait till I get assistants, some
I'm telling
assistants,
you.
because this is man. You got to cut videos, edit them.
Oh my
I
god,
mean,
yeah.
I want people to do that for us, man.
Right.
It's tough, dude. It's a lot of work. Like, so when I do my editing, so like I take the show, and then usually what I do if I don't have if my day's not busy, I'll
Yeah.
cut up the show. I'll put in like the intros and stuff in post production. I'll upload it to the RSS feed so it distributes to all of the platforms. And then what I'll do is I'll have to write out like a new title because usually what I put as a title for my Twitch is not what I use for the actual title. And then what I'll do is I'll have to write out a description, like a summary of the whole show, and then I put all the links to where you could find. Like I try to drive traffic to certain podcast platforms and the shop
Mhm.
link and all these other things before anything else. So I'll do that, and then what I'll do is I'll cut up the video into a 60-second block so I could be applied to Instagram Reels, and then I'll upload the whole video
Mhm.
to Instagram. Then I'll upload the video to YouTube and Facebook. It's about like an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on like, what happens. And that's not even just like talking to people. It's a lot of groundwork. It's
Oh,
really,
that on hella groundwork, bro. Hella. There's been times we done started doing reactions, and we done started working on content from like 5 p.m. and we don't finish till like 6 in the morning. Just
yeah,
editing.
We're
especially
so
video editing.
dedicated, like
Yeah, just editing and dropping and talking back,
conversing.
conversing,
And
and
I will say, I definitely love conversing with the people that we attract. Like, to me, it's so amazing that like we're attracting people from a whole different side of the world. You know what I'm saying? I feel like when I hear stuff like, we're sending love to you from France, we're sending love to you from Africa, we're sending love to you from UK, like I just love it. And the love, like, man, I tell you, man, this world is vast. This world is filled with a lot of love, man. So we definitely do enjoy talking to to people that reach out to us. I don't think that that's something I'll ever stop though.
No.
I don't think that's something I'll ever stop.
I just gotta pay somebody to do everything else.
Right, and plus we got some blessings for our day ones. We got some blessings coming.
Right.
Absolutely. That's the way to go, man. Like definitely figuring out a way. Like I love interacting with my fans. I have a guy, his name's Thomas Whisker, and he made it his mission to listen to every single Backpacking America episode until he's caught up. And he's on episode 110 now out of 186. And I'm just like, damn, all right, dude, like, I see you. Dedication. I'm just like, that's so cool. And then you have people that, like, they're from, I had one guy from Switzerland tune into Twitch, like, a few weeks ago. And I was like, whoa, what? That's kind of cool, actually. No, Germany. I'm sorry, Germany. And I was just like, whoa, what? You guys are listening to my show? Like, that's great. Like, you really don't know the world you're getting into once you start doing this. And,
Hello?
the digital world is like, can you hear me? Hello? Oh, no, did I lose them?
We're here.
Oh, word. I was like, no way. But, yeah, like
we felt excited.
It's okay. The digital world, though, is great because, like, being involved in media creation, like, for me, I got involved in this because so I wanted to be an art major, and I realized, like, I don't like this enough to paint or draw and then sell it and make a living at this, and I wanted to get a job. Not that I didn't want to own a business, but it was just kind of like, I want like a base first and then figure out what I want to make a business in, because I'm like 17 and I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So, I'm just like, whatever. Like, I want to go and get something that's a little stable. And I was just kind of like, okay, art's not it. I went to tour my college, SUNY Oneonta, and then I saw there was a radio station there. I was like, all right, bet. And then I signed my deposit and I never looked back. And I realized this is what I want to do. Because for me, talking, it's like getting everything out, and it's like a cleanse almost, and I just feel good.
Right.
And I finally
we relate on that.
Yeah, you see, like the thing is too is like I could never fully express myself with painting or photography or sculpting, but I can express myself with my words and with my writing. So, I write on the side a little bit. I don't do anything like major with it, but if I have a thought, I'm going to compose what I want, and I'll cite it. I'll write it like a paper. But my real passion is this. This is like because I can get it all out, and
Mm-hmm.
it's just better than any painting I've ever painted. So
Mm,
that's why I decided to do this and make it a business because podcasting. I mean, if you're like a worker at um any type of media company, I don't care if it's television, radio, film, unless you're union, you're not gonna make a shitload of money. You know what I mean? Like you'll maybe make at
mm,
most like 45,000 at a salary. So I'm just
mm,
kind of like, but all these guys with like podcasts and their own businesses, they make a lot more. So it's like it just makes sense to do that. And I initially started this podcast not even for the business sense, but because I wanted to have a portfolio built so I could apply for jobs. And
mm,
it has helped with that, but it's also made me realize like cuz once I got a job in the field, I was just kind of like, well, now I want to do more with this cuz it's more than just like
mm.
a resume, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Right. And that's what I really don't understand because I'm like, being that we do what we do, I'm very like, I'm always surfing the internet. I'm always trying to see, what's going on. So I'm like, so you're speaking on, working for like a company. You don't make much. That's what you said
Yeah.
as doing podcasts.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why? And that's the fucked up part because it's like, why would they allow people to go to school to do that just so that they only make a certain amount when I literally like I went and one of my favorite artists is Nicki Minaj, but she's into like podcasts and she's a rapper. Everybody the world know who she is. She's also into podcasts. Then I also seen Joe Budden, he's into podcasting too. And it's so sad because I feel like a lot of it is just the lack of information that's out there. You get what I'm saying? Like
What do you mean
Joe Budden, I'm sure he didn't have to go to school to do podcasting, but he's very successful. He has a successful podcast.
Oh
You
yeah.
get what I'm saying?
Yeah, like you
It's
don't
like
have to go to school for it to do it. You don't.
right, and then not only that, you don't have to work for a company. So it's kind of like when will the honesty start to take place?
Probably
When will the
never.
honesty? When will they make it obvious that okay, everyone, if you want to start, at the end of the day, like me and my fiance we believe that money is unlimited. Money circulates in this country like no other. Okay, the people that suffer are the people that believe that money is not unlimited. Money is everywhere. Okay, we never go without. Once we keep our mindset that we'll never be without. You understand? So for me, it's so fucked up that that information while we're in school, they're not, going, from kindergarten to 12th grade, then going to college. They're not putting this information out there for people to live comfortably. And if everybody wants to go and do and do podcasts, everybody will be successful and no one will be without. But they don't put that information. There's room for everyone at the top, but they don't, I don't feel like when we're going through, schools and stuff like that, they don't make that information known, and we have to fall on it. That's kind of what me and Kush did.
Yeah.
We luckily fell on the knowledge.
Yeah, because the schools is like it's a place of conditioning us to be regular workers.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to me, and it's like it's just crazy. It's like I literally look at the and I'm just getting this knowledge from you because you just said you got to go to. I didn't know that.
And you're doing good too.
You're
bro.
doing great.
You're
doing great.
186. I didn't know it was there. I was like,
right.
damn.
Right. You're doing great. You're doing really good.
Thank you. No, I really appreciate that.
No problem.
It's been a crazy almost actually 3 years next month. Almost to the date actually. But you don't need to go to school to be in radio or to do podcasts. Like like my job, they don't require a degree. So like with the only reason, so I went to school mostly because I already took the AP classes and the honors classes. And it was only for like English and history. Like with math and science, I was actually in math. I was in, so get ready for this, right? So for math, I was in special ed math, regular science, honors English, and then AP history. So like I had the full spectrum of everything. And I was just kind of like, all right, like 18-year-old me is like, I've been bred for college. I don't know what trade I want to do if I do decide not to go to school. And I really hate food service. So fuck it. I'll just go to school
Okay,
in
okay.
communication. Like that was more my situation. Um
Okay,
and
okay.
I
So I
was like
understand.
I got a lot of financial aid too. So I was just like,
Mm,
fuck it. If I can do it, I'm going to do it. Um
right, right.
but I knew that like I didn't like when I was in school like I did podcasting almost like a year after I started school. So I spent
Mm,
the money on the equipment and I was like, let's just do it. Because my whole line of thinking was, okay, I started. So, you know how people tell you, like, I don't know if you know this, but they tell you, like, don't start your major class until your junior year. I did the opposite. So I took all
mm,
my major stuff like my freshman and sophomore year. So my junior and senior year, I took like
mm,
whatever I needed to take to get the degree. Um, so I was like, okay, like I'm halfway through with this mass communications degree. Like, let
mm,
me let me make this podcast, and if I can't, I'm gonna buy it. It was $500 worth of equipment, and I was like, all right, like if I can't buy this right now and stick to it, one, I have to stick to it. I just spent $500, so fuck you. And two, if I really can't stick to this and I really don't like it, then I need to pick a new major, and I have the time to do it. So I
mm.
started that.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, so that's kind of like what motivated me to kind of start. And I also saw like a lot of my friends that made music, they were music industry majors, and
Uh-huh.
they were in bands, they had albums, EPs, LPs. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
"Ah, man, I don't got shit." Like
Uh,
how am I going to
Mm.
compete with these people? So then I was just like, I'm going to make myself, I'm going to experiment and then see if I can make myself marketable off it. And I did. Um
mm-hmm.
so that was more
And
like,
that's how
no, go ahead.
my, I was saying that's ironic because I went to college for like 2 months, but then I dropped out, and I was going for for mass communication and like public. I just wanted something that could lead to music and to reaching and talking to people, but
Mm-hmm.
um it just didn't work out, and I ended up leaving after like 2 months. But that's just ironic that
That's
Mm-hmm.
that
crazy.
we was both. Yeah, that's ironic.
We both
Right,
had
right,
such.
right.
What do you
Huh?
Where'd you go for the 2 months?
I went to Georgia,
Oh,
Albany. It was Albany. Albany College was on dorm because I
in
always wanted
Georgia?
to experience. Yeah, Georgia.
Oh,
I
okay. I
always
was
wanted to experience. Yeah, the Albany, New York. Yeah, a lot of people do. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Okay,
that's so
okay.
funny. Wait a minute. You went to Albany, New. I was just like, wait a minute. That's funny. Yeah, I went to Oneonta and Albany is like an hour away.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's Albany in Georgia too. Yeah.
Oh, I got you. Okay, okay. That
Mm,
makes sense. Yeah, dude. Like but see, it doesn't even matter though. Like that's the thing. Like I feel like a lot of people, I feel like when they try to teach kids about like the future and stuff and like what to do. I mean, it is overwhelming, obviously, but like it's
mm-hmm.
almost like they make the trades and like certification programs and anything that's not college. It makes it look like, oh, these kids are dumb and they can't do anything else except for these college kids. And it's so stupid. It's
It really is.
because you got to think about it too. Like even if you like, not everyone's gonna own a business, but you need. It's like in the way the economy is today. The gig economy. I have a side gig. So I have a
Mm,
bunch of them, and you need that. But so you need some entrepreneurial sense to survive in this world. But
definitely.
we also need people to pick up garbage. We need pick up people to care for wounded people. We need people
Right.
to clean the streets. We need people to man the
Yeah.
electrical poles. These are all honorable positions. These are people that sacrifice
Hmm.
their life,
Very.
all day, every day to
Mm-hmm.
keep society afloat. And the fact that it's denigrated
Mm-hmm.
is disgusting. It's just,
Right,
And
right.
it's sad. And it's the way the state of the schools are terrible. That's all I'm going
and
to say on
I
that
yeah,
feel
one.
like it's lost. It's a lot of it's
and
lost its meaning. That's what I feel.
yeah, and
Mm,
it's this picture. It's this
Mm,
picture that depicted perfectly. I seen on Instagram.
mm,
There's a monkey, a giraffe, and a snake. I think, and a bird, and it was like trying to judge all of them animals on their ability to climb a tree.
right, but
Of
yes,
everybody's made
yes.
for something.
You know what I'm saying? Of course, the monkey's gonna be able to climb, but the giraffe, the bird, the fish. You know what I'm saying? It's like trying to judge everybody off one role or one way of living. You know that because I have friends that are actually cool with. I got people that's actually cool with just having a certain type of job and living in living comfortable as long as their family comfortable. Then I got people that I got friends and people that want the finer things in life. Then I got people. Then some people want to live in the jungle. They just want to build their house and live like So I follow somebody who's like that too. That they built their house on a mountain. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Success means means something different to everybody. You know
Right,
what I'm saying?
right, right,
You could define your own success.
right,
It's up to you at the
right.
end of the day, and I respect that too. Like, and I hope to our listeners, that you get the impression that we're not, saying that this is the way and the only way. The way is
Oh,
whatever makes you feel fulfilled at the end of the day.
Mhm.
right, right.
Because we're only here
Mhm.
for such a short amount of time. Really. I mean, I'm trying to live. I will live past 100, but I want to see like what do I need to do to get there? You know what I mean? Like that's also a personal goal of mine. Like
Yeah.
health wise, you know what I mean? Like I'm going to do that. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
Why do you feel like you want to live past 100?
um, I'm scared of dying.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah.
like that just sounds like I'm not gonna be here. Like what the fuck? No, I want to be here. Like I like being alive. So,
Right, right.
but I want to do it. Like I don't want to be like some old crotchety dude that's like rotting in a chair. Like I want to be able to move like I can now and be 100. You know what I mean? Like I
No,
want to
facts,
live
facts.
my
Me
life.
too.
Right,
You too,
I want.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
right. He
Yeah.
sounds like Kush.
I want to. Yeah. I'll be saying the same thing. I'm gonna still be
He's
able
like,
to
I'll
do.
be moving
I
around.
want to be. I want to be able to do one arm handstand push-ups in my 90s. I don't care. I'll just be bad fit
That's what I'm
and doing
saying.
backflips in my 100s.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I want to do, bro. Because it's like,
Yeah.
my grandpa, he does. He's like 87 and he owns like 60 acres of property upstate, and he like takes care of that every
Mm.
day at 87, and
Yeah.
he's good. I'm like, I want to do
It was
that.
a There was a guy that I worked with. He was like 100 and probably like 107. He was old. He was getting up, moving. He had to get special attention
Mhm.
because working in the nursing home, their biggest thing is do not make any patient. Try to prevent patients from falling on the floor because they can break. They're so fragile. So I asked him. I said, "How? Like what? How did you live so long? Like how are you so fast and so strong?" He told me his secret was red wine. I don't know how true it is,
No,
but
he
he
was.
said, I drank a glass of red wine every night before I went to bed.
What?
And that's how I lived this long. That's what he said. I was like,
Yeah, that is the
is this
most old
true?
Nah,
school thing.
he didn't want to give you the secrets.
He
Yeah.
said, right. He was Italian. He was an Italian
Oh
man.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So he's speaking truth. He's speaking truth then.
Yeah,
Well, the thing is
yeah,
too,
yeah. Red wine.
Italians, we live a very
Yeah,
long time. I don't know how. I think it's
yeah.
genetic, but like because like we eat like I mean like, we don't eat the full fish diet anymore, you know what I
Right.
mean? But still, there's
Mm.
Italians living like mad long. Unless you're an alcoholic or whatever, then
Yeah.
but it's it's something I want to tap into. It's like I want to see like health wise how long I can do because you can
Hmm.
invest in a business. Like I'm all for like I don't spend a lot of money unless it's to invest in like things that are gonna make my business life easier. But I also invest in my
Hmm.
health and my body and like how are you supposed to
Hmm.
make business if your body can't make itself?
Yeah. No, no, we've been listening to this doctor recently, and he was telling us um how bad sugar is to the body, how
Mm,
sugar and flour does to the brain. It makes it does what drugs do to the brain,
really?
and it's
Hmm.
yeah, like sugar. There's like sugar. We get no nutrition, so we're like a weekend of no sugar, and like I ain't gonna lie,
Man, we don't feel like we need to eat all
I'm not
day.
hungry. The weight is just dropping.
Mm-hmm.
I dropped. I remember the first day I did it. I woke up 2 3 pounds lighter, and
Wow.
it was just it's fat, and it messes with your brain. Like you're not as hungry. Your taste buds get. So I'm still learning. I'm learning about how what you eating is affecting your lifespan, how long you live, and how good you feel, and how you think.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's yeah, like
I
It's not
can't.
easy either because I love my sugar.
And I had to get different peanut butter like without sugar, and it's like it's different. It's
It
different,
is
but
different. It's
Mhm.
very tough to do,
yeah.
and like for me, like I have like GERD. I have a lot of stomach problems, so I have like acid reflux and like GERD and all that shit, and it kind of
Mhm.
forced me to like, all right, like I can't eat this, I can't eat that. Like I don't eat fast food anymore. If I have bread, it's not white bread. It's like
Mhm.
whole grain, like multi-grain type of deal.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I'll make sure I have like you know cranberry juice. I make sure I only drink water. The only bad thing that triggers my GERD is like coffee every now and like coffee, and it's like I have
Mhm.
1 to 2 cups a day, and that's hard. That's very hard to quit. I'm trying.
Mhm. Mhm.
Trust and believe, but there's also like I had to cut out I cut out bacon. I cut it because like apparently my
Good.
cholesterol was a
Good.
little high, and I was just like,
Mhm.
wait, what do you mean? And my doctor was like, for your age, it's low, but like level wise, it's high. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just
Uh-huh.
cutting it out, So cut out that, cut out cheese, cut out greasy food. Um,
Mhm.
it's just trying to like eat clean, and that's just at the end of the day, like eating clean is difficult. But once you start mastering it and you look at it like this is something I need to do to maintain my
Mm.
life, it becomes fun. Even with
Mhm.
It's a
teas.
discipline. It's just a discipline that you got to stick to because, you know, like I said, being as experienced as I am working in the health field, one thing I learned is that I was just telling Kush just the other day, I'm like, right now we're not feeling it because we're so used to adding sugars to everything and butter and all this extra stuff. But our tongues they naturally adjust to the flavor. And the older we get, our tongues adjust to taste. You know what I'm saying? So like
Mm,
the older we get, we don't need to add sugar to our coffee, or we don't need to. Coffee is bitter, so I can't say that. But we don't need to add sugar to the oatmeal. We don't need to add, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that, because our taste buds just naturally pick up. It's like when you cut something out, that sense heightens. It heightens itself. So you'll still eventually. I feel like we could still be able to enjoy what we're eating.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
Naturally, by
yeah,
taste.
yeah. And it's all an energy thing because when
Mhm.
when you eat when the inside of your body is working how it's supposed to, and you have that energy, and you're not sluggish, you're not sleepy, you
Mhm.
have more mental energy to think clearer, to come up, to manifest and understand what's the next move.
Mhm.
Like what's the next move for my business. You're sharper.
Right.
So
Right.
it has a lot. A lot of people sleep on energy. A lot of people sleep on how valuable
And
energy
physical fitness, because
is.
I feel like if you can't keep yourself in shape physically, how you gonna keep your business in order? I feel like
mm,
everything is in order. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like it's crazy how everything falls into place. Like
How
when
you
you
do one
start
thing,
right, how you do
how
everything.
you do one thing, how you
Take
do everything.
yourself seriously, everything else will get.
Mm-hmm.
You'll do everything else effortlessly. I feel like it's
Mm-hmm.
just order. It's just
Absolutely.
order.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's important to do that, and it teaches you discipline. If you can teach discipline to yourself and just like your hygiene
Hmm.
habits, you're going to be able to produce for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Definitely. So our biggest thing is getting up out the bed every morning. We make the bed. That's it. Make that bed, and it seems so small. It seems so simple, but it's very rewarding in the long run, right? Someone taught me, so I'll say it back, is you how would you want to leave something how you'd want to find it. And that goes with anything. If you want to find something in order and clean and neat, and that can go with your office, that can go with your car, that can go with anything, your business. Leave it how you want to find it. And that's the realest shit I had to learn. And that right there has tremendously improved my life,
Hmm.
like tremendously, like everything around tremendously improved.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Yeah. For me, like
Yeah.
I can't stand a dirty car, and my car gets dirty like all the time. So it's like I try to like religiously clean it. So like I can't stand it. Like my room is a mess, and I'm fine with that. But because it's just like I have like years worth of stuff, and it's just like what the fuck do I do
Yeah.
with it? So like I do my best to try and keep it clean, but it's an uphill battle. But a dirty car, I can't stand. It's just kind of like I just feel cramped, It's like shit on the seat, the coffee mugs on the floor. I literally have a plastic bag to throw all my crap in now. Like I'm just so sick of it.
Right, right, right. That's
Ah,
it.
that's all you can do. And it's like, imagine this, right? Like your car dirty as hell, and you got to pick someone up. You're like, yeah, bro, I got you. And then you get to the crib, and you're like, ah, fuck, everything is disgusting. There's like candy on the seats. There's towels on the seat. There's like crap everywhere. There's
Yeah, you said
you
it's
find a random gummy bear
I
out of
find a
nowhere.
condom. It's like, what's going on?
I can't.
I gotta clean all this shit. And then it looks terrible. Then it smells sometimes. It's like I gotta use Febreze. I'm like, I'm done with it. I gotta fix it.
That's a fact, though. That's a whole fact. How you do one thing is how you do everything. The good thing is you're doing your best to keep up with everything. So that's A. That's A. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because you know, everything's not gonna always. One thing I've learned too is that everything's not gonna always be perfect. You know, sometimes you just need that day to just not give a fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's just
Oh,
it's just keeping up. It's just keeping up. That's really it.
My discipline, like when I tell people that, you know, you guys remember that I used to work those 4:30 to 12 hours, and those were the worst.
Yeah.
I would wake up at 4:30 in the morning. I would somehow make it to 12 o'clock, and then I'd go to the gym, and for 2.5 hours a day, and everyone would be like, "Yo, bro, like, how are you doing this?" And I'm like, "I need to do this to like live. Like, I
Mhm.
can't just cut. Like, my life would be a lot easier if I just said, you know, screw it. I'm just gonna like stay at home and nap and play Xbox. But like, I wouldn't. It,
Mhm.
I wouldn't be like healthy. You know, it's not healthy to do that.
Mhm.
So I just needed to
And
build for
question, the
myself.
real question. Sorry about that.
No, what's up?
The real question is for me is what are we doing this for?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Like
what are
for
we doing? Because I tell Kush, I'm like, Kush, I'm like, babe, this feels like I feel like we're on the hamster wheel effect. Like, that's just what I feel like, the hamster wheel effect. What are we doing this for? You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like
you know,
everything.
even human society, it's just kind of like, you know, we're just passing time until death is how some people look at it. But other people are like, you know, they look at it like I'm building a legacy, or because the thing is too,
Right,
like for
right,
health,
right.
right? For fitness. Like for me,
Uh-huh.
my answer to that is like, even if my time here is finite, I at
Mhm.
least get to live it healthily and not in pain or sick.
Mhm.
Well, knock on wood, you know, because sick
Mhm.
anything could happen to anyone. But like the likelihood of me,
Mhm.
you know, feeling terrible or like crap in my later years, or even in
Mhm.
my middle years, it's like decreased if I just work out. And you get to meet people
Mhm.
and feel good about yourself. And like for me, I was always mad skinny. Like
Mhm.
I was 110, 115 pounds at most. And
Mhm.
I was just kind of like, I'm done with this. So I feel better. It's more like a quality of life thing than anything.
Right,
Yeah.
right, right, right. Agree.
Mhm.
Definitely.
It's
No, facts,
definitely that.
facts.
But yo, I want to thank you guys for coming on Backpacking America. And you know, if do you guys have any like social links you want to plug before we get out of here?
Yeah, yeah. You can follow us everywhere at Trapp and Kush. That's TRAPP, two P's, the letter N, and KUSH on YouTube, on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, everywhere. You know,
Mhm.
you could follow
The
Trap,
lovely Trap
I
at
love it,
PJ Trap underscore on Instagram.
two P's.
Two
You
P's.
can follow me at the real Kush. That's DAREAL Kush. You
Mhm.
know, yeah. You know, you could follow us there and look at what we do. And we got other links in there and all that stuff. You know,
And also thanks to everyone that,
tuned
took
in.
out their time to tune in and, find out about Trap and Kush and Anthony as well. This was definitely a fun conversation.
Yeah, for real.
Yes, it
This
was.
was
I'm glad you
definitely
guys came
fun.
on. It definitely we gotta
Yes.
do it again. And I know me and Kush were about to hit those rings too over the summer. Get some clips on that. So
Oh, facts, facts. I can't wait till we get more into that and then we talk about that, you know?
yeah,
Mhm.
it's gonna be good. We're gonna be doing challenges and shit. But I want to thank
Yeah.
you guys so much for coming back on Backpacking America. You're welcome back anytime. And for my
Mhm.
listeners, thank you once again for listening to another episode of Backpacking America. Be BPA 186. Until next time, my friends.